Fresh fragrance with a lot of kick, and that's not for everyone. We're taking a look at Wulang Cha by Nishane. To me, when I think of a fresh fragrance, it usually falls into the category of it's a dumb reach, it's easy to wear, it's easy to pull off, it's for everyone. You know, sure, it's a compliment getter, but it's not something that you are going to smell unique or you're going to attract that specific compliment or you're going to be memorable with. It's just a fresh fragrance. It's meant to be worn in the summertime in the high heat, and that's that. But I think this is an interesting one because although it is a citrusy, green, aromatic fragrance, it has a lot of tea notes, which are very interesting, very mature, and are also not your typical fresh or sweet, sexy notes. Tea notes are just, to me, they smell almost like bitter. They're very strong, but they're almost bitter. They're not your typical, patchouli and rose and then vanilla in the base. This is definitely a very mature scent. I wouldn't get a bottle because it's not a scent profile that I find is very appealing to me. It's a fantastic fragrance, super projection. This is a fragrance that has fantastic performance and longevity. It's an extrait de parfum, which is again quite rare for a fresh fragrance. Usually they're EDTs or EDPs. This is an extrait, and they're not kidding with it. Okay, I get about 9 to 10 hours of longevity with this. But it is a scent trail that maybe I will get used to or get to appreciate later on. I just find that for now it's not something that is to my liking. This does have pretty unique notes like nutmeg and fig that you don't find in many fragrances, so this is definitely something that is a more unique approach and unique take on fresh fragrances. But overall, I think this is a scent that is better suited for someone who's mature, someone who's looking for something that is noticeable but still muted and is easy to pull off in the office during the day, and of course best suited for warmer weather. I think this can be, casual scent. This can also be dressed up just because, again, of that fig and the musk and the dry down. This is not overly sexy. This is not dirty. This is not loud or obnoxious. Although, if you overspray this, those green tea notes, they can get very headache inducing, I found. And you can overpower people in the room. So this is not your typical blue de Chanel, Versace de Blue fragrance where you could bathe in it and still be good, relatively speaking. This is something that has a noticeable punch, and it's not necessarily a punch that everyone is going to want to take. I'll go over the fragrance, the notes, and then let you know what I think. Wulang Cha by Nishane is an aromatic green fragrance for women and men. Wulang Cha was launched in 2015. The nose behind this fragrance is Yorge Li. The top notes are bergamot, orange, mandarin orange, and Litsia Colbera. Middle notes are oolong tea and nutmeg, and base notes are fig and musk. So again, that tea note is very unique. It is something that I do notice. You will notice it's pretty much it's pretty much the main accord from this fragrance that I get. Yes, it does start citrusy, but the tea is the predominant accord that I find this fragrance gives off throughout its life cycle. Like right away from the opening, this is not super fresh because it's got some strong tea in behind it. But it's a very pleasant opening. Mandarin orange is a unique take on orange. It has orange and mandarin orange, which is a little tangier, more bitter, but it's like a stronger, zesty orange to me. Gorgeous opening. Fresh, green, but again, you can tell right away there's some tea behind it. So it's a very unique, interesting take. Not for everyone. Very easy to pull off in a professional environment, just as a white collar in the office, and you're going to do very well. It's just a fantastic opening with those citrus notes, the orange, the mandarin, that tea. No florals, which is interesting. You know, something that I would assume a fragrance like this would get a more unique, mature take on a fresh and citrusy fragrance. But I think those tea leaves are really what they're focusing on here, versus bringing in something like jasmine, violet, rose, lavender, your typical floral notes that you might see in a high-end niche fragrance like this. Again, extrait de parfum, so it does sit pretty close to the skin, but you're not going to need many sprays to last you all day. This is a 9-hour plus longevity on me. When this dries down, this does get fairly nice with the musk. It helps to make it a little more, not just tea focused and bitter and green tea, balsamic-y. It's got some musk, which helps make it a little bit more warm, a little bit more soft and palatable. But again, the tea note is really, it's a green tea with a fresh citrusy opening. That's the best way I could describe this fragrance. It's not for everyone. It's a very mature scent. This is not sexy. This is not sweet. This is not, you definitely don't go clubbing with this. Like you're gonna send the wrong message here. This is what I would think of a gentleman wearing in the summertime with a pair of loafers, some Glen plaid trousers, and an Oxford cloth button-down shirt. This would be the perfect fragrance for that. Like I said, I enjoy the scent. It's a very nice, unique, fresh take on the scent. I just don't know. I wouldn't buy a bottle of this. Beautiful stuff. Just probably not the right fit for me at this moment. But I can't complain. It's got fantastic performance for a fresh fragrance, which they're usually not noted for. And this is something that might get you compliments for being a little different in terms of fresh fragrances, but oftentimes people seem to overlook these as just being generic and bland. But I think the fact that this has tea, this has nutmeg, this has fig, throughout the end of the fragrance, it gets a little bit warmer, it gets a little more palatable, and slightly less tea, green, citrusy. Otherwise, that's pretty much all I have to say. It's not for everyone, but if you're looking for a strong, mature, unique, fresh fragrance that you can wear throughout the day in many occasions, dress it up, dress it down, casual, formal, Wulang Cha by Nishane might be for you. I'll link to my scent box down below. If you want to try this one out or any of their fragrances, please feel free to use the link. It helps support the channel. And I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.